importance of making sure that your patients adhere to treatment when you are treating their BPH. Now, let's start with a typical patient that you see in your clinic. Okay? I'm sure you are all familiar with, let's call him John or Juan. Okay? He's 63 years old, complaining of moderate bloods, mostly obstructive, and he scored his IPSS to 18. His prostate is enlarged. He fortunately has an ultrasound with him. It's about 40 grams. And he already has a PSA, which is 1.7. Now, with the many medical therapies available for BPH treatment, how do you decide which medical therapeutic approach will you apply or recommend to your patient child? How do you decide? What are the factors that you take into consideration? And that's what we will discuss today. Now, guidelines around the world, PLA will be put in this map very soon, the Philippines, recommend that they recommend an individualized approach when treating LUTS due to BPH. And this approach is mainly informed by a patient's risk of progression. So this is how we will now individualize treatment to our patients. Now, in this algorithm by the EAU, we can see that for patients who are symptomatic and who are at risk of progression, you define who is the patient who is at risk of progression later. A combination treatment with 5-ARI or alpha blockers or lately the recent guidelines, they include a combination of 5-ARI and PDE5 inhibitors should be used in these patients. Okay. So, why do the guidelines recommend such an approach? What is the basis for early initiation of 5-ARI and alpha blocker combination? So, the combination of an alpha blocker and the 5-ARI is really based on the complementary and synergistic actions of these two drugs. Whereas the alpha blockers provide you with rapid symptom improvement, but this is mostly seen in the duration of a short-term improvement. The 5-ARI component of this combination that provides the sustained symptomatic benefit as well as the reduction in the prostate volume and reduction in the risk of acute urinary retention and the risk for the need for BPH-related surgery. Now, retrospective studies reveal that early combination therapy with 5-ARI and alpha blocker provides a more sustained symptom relief so that after a long time, you can see over time that lesser patients will experience clinical progression compared to those who were initiated with a combination therapy on a delayed time frame. Now, there's a large database analysis involving more than 25,000 patients that show that delayed initiation of combination therapy increase the risk of acute urinary retention and surgery. So you can see clearly on this graph. Now further, this same study further showed that they even quantify what is that impact. No? For every 30-day delay in initiating 5-ARI after you start alpha blocker, this was associated with a 21% increase in overall clinical progression, 19% increase in the risk of developing acute urinary retention, and an alarming 27% increase in the risk of prostate-related surgery. So that's just because you delay initiating combination therapy. Now, it must be said that the treatment with combination therapy, was not always recommended, no? Not even initiating with combination treatment. Now, I will confess that when I was a resident, guess when I was a resident? What decade? In the late 1990s, so yeah, alam niyo kung how old I am, okay? When I was a trainee in the late 1990s, we never prescribed combination therapy. Why? Because the trials that were available then, like the VA Co-op, the ALFIN, and the PREDICT, I remember presenting these studies during our conferences, did not show any significant difference, and especially focusing on symptom improvement when patients receive the combination therapy. So we never used combination therapy. Notably though, these studies were short-term and focused on symptom improvement alone. However, as you can see, in 2003, when the MTOP study was published, the MTOP is the first long-term study on combination treatment, and that study showed that patients who received both the 5-ARI and the alpha blocker, the MTOPs involved finasteride and oxazosine, benefited from a lower risk of acute urinary retention and the risk of needing surgery. And in 2010, the COMPACT study supported this finding of MTOPs. Now, they analyzed the data of MTOPs. They looked at the placebo arm of the MTOP study. And that's when they saw the prognostic value of PSA and prostate volume in BPH management. So they see now a new value for getting these two clinical parameters in patients. So it is essentially the MTOPs that define who are the patients who are at risk of BPH clinical progression. And these are the patients who are relatively older. For the MTOP study, it was more than 62 years old. Patients who have large prostate volumes greater than 30 ml. Patients who have PSA levels of greater than 1.6. Those who have flow rates less than 10.6 ml per second, and those who have residual volumes of more than 39 mils. Based on the MTOP's post-hoc analysis of the placebo arm, these are the patients who are at greater risk of clinical progression. Now, the COMBAT study was designed looking at this group of patients. They looked at the impact of combination therapy in this particular group of patients. So it provided, and also the COMBAT study provided evidence of looking at the combination of dutasteride, which was the dual 5-ARI inhibitor, and tamsulosin, which was at that time the most potent uroselective alpha blocker. So they looked at the COMBAT looked at the combination of these two drugs and its effect primarily on also the risk of urinary retention and BPH-related surgery. Now, this is the classic graph of the COMBAT study, because here it demonstrated that the combination treatment, which is the patients showing in the red graph, in the red line, patients who received 5-ARI and alpha blockers had rapid, superior, and sustained symptom improvement all throughout the study period compared to either tamsulosin monotherapy, which is the black one, or dutasteride monotherapy, which is the green line. Okay. Furthermore, the combination of dutasteride and tamsulosin also showed significantly reduced risk of clinical progression of BPH, primarily by reducing symptom deterioration, so that patients who deteriorated, meaning increasing their IPSS score by at least 3 points over time, you see that there's a lower risk in patients who receive combination therapy. Now, similarly, as with the results of the MTOPs, the COMBAT study also showed that the combination treatment significantly reduced the risk of acute urinary retention and BPH-related surgery beginning the 8th month of treatment, so that by the end of 4 years of therapy, there is a relative risk reduction of nearly 70% in these parameters. So it is the combat study evidence that actually brought the change in the guidelines, at least for the EAU guidelines, so that when the combat study came out, EAU changed their guidelines so that in the guidelines it already stated that 5-ARI, a combination of 5-ARI and alpha blocker should be offered. And actually, just about a week ago, EAU again released an updated guideline. The 2017 guideline now even states that it should not even just be offered. The combination of 5-ARI and alpha blocker should already be used in patients who have moderate to severe symptoms and who are at risk of progression. So this is really how EAU has transformed their recommendation based on the evidence that is available. Now, while the combat study already provided good evidence for BPH management, there were still some unanswered questions. So the questions then were, what is the effect of combination therapy for patients with less severe symptoms, meaning those are just moderate. Kasi the population of combat and also MTOX included severe loss. Okay? So they wanted to see what if they have more or less just moderate, IPSS of about A, A and above. So is the effect still the same? And they also looked at whether the improvement can be seen early because MTOX and combat, the first follow-up was at 3 months. So they wanted to see if patients already improved by 1 month. And they also wanted to compare immediate combination therapy with just watching patients and then starting them with just alpha blockers if their symptoms did not improve, which is a recognized clinical approach at that time, and I'm sure, and by studies also, a lot of urologists employ this strategy when engaging with BPH patients. So they wanted to see the comparison in this treatment approach. So this is when they did the conduct study. Okay? So it aimed to address these questions. Plus, the conduct study was the first study that looked at using a fixed dose combination. So not a 5-ARI and a alpha blocker given at the same time, but really a fixed dose combination of these two drugs. So the conduct study is a randomized controlled trial which compared fixed dose combination, dutasteride and tamsulosin, with just watchful waiting with initiation of tamsulosin if patients did not improve. All patients, so both patients in both treatment groups received lifestyle advice, and these patients were first followed up at 4 weeks and then every 3 months thereafter. Again, I want to emphasize that the patients in the conduct study are now just patients with moderate lungs. Okay, so if you compare, with MTOX, which the patients were from moderate to severe, conduct, moderate to severe, but IPSS should be more than 12, or at least 12. Conduct only included patients with moderate lungs. And also, these patients were treatment naive, so no treatment, never received any treatment before. But they were still considered patients who are at risk of progression. So big prostate, relatively high PSA, and yeah. Now, I want to emphasize that in the conduct, all patients receive lifestyle advice. And I need you to remember this because as you will find out later how important this aspect of treatment is even in your patients. So lifestyle advice in the conduct study included education about drugs and BPH, good toileting habits, fluid management such as limiting fluid intake at night, limitations in caffeine, and alcohol intake. And also, there's an effort to avoid constipation for patients. Now, the conduct study showed that, so even with these comparisons in these treatment populations, that combination therapy provided significant, rapid improvement as early as 1 month and sustained superior symptom improvement in patients who received the fixed dose combination compared to those who just were in the watchful waiting with tamsulosin initiation group. As far as the BPH impact index score, or the Butler score, also again, the fixed dose combination showed greater decline in their BII scores, meaning there was a greater relief from Butler in patients who received the combination therapy. For the question 8, which is the quality of life question in IBSS, again, the fixed dose combination provided a significantly greater decrease in their scores, meaning better quality of life in patients who receive fixed dose combination. Now, if we look at the components of disease progression, patients who receive fixed dose combination had lower rates of symptom deterioration, seen here in the orange bars. Patients had lower rates of BPH-related acute urinary retention in these green bars, and also, although not statistically significant because the numbers were small, but there were less patients who underwent surgery after fixed dose combination compared to those who received watchful waiting with tamsulosin initiation. And the conduct study also demonstrated that fixed dose combination reduced the patient's risk of clinical BPH progression and delays time to progression. So that after 2 years of treatment, the risk of clinical progression, the difference between the risks is 11.3 between the two groups in favor of fixed dose combination. Now, but because of the greater drug exposure, remember we have 2 drugs with the fixed dose combination, patients who receive the fixed dose, of course, have more adverse events. But the rates of serious adverse events and the rates of discontinuation because of adverse events was similar between the 2 groups. Now, focusing on the sexual function, sexual side effects, which I know if you listen in the mid-year convention, that was the topic, there were more sexual side effects seen in the fixed dose combination. But the findings also showed that the rates were less than 10%. So you have to inform your patients, but also reassure them that the chances is, 9 out of 10 you won't get the sexual side effect. And the conduct study also showed that most of the sexual side effects were reported in the first 6 months of therapy, and there was a drastic decline after that. So the conduct study showed that in BPH patients with moderate symptoms who are at risk of progression, compared with watchful waiting with initiation of tamsulosin, if symptoms do not improve, combination treatment with dutasteride and tamsulosin was superior in terms of symptom reduction, in reducing the risk of acute urinary retention, decreasing the risk of clinical progression, and also is associated with improved quality of life. Now, an interesting finding in the conduct study, when they looked at the watchful waiting group, they saw that nearly 40% of the patients who were in this group only had to receive lifestyle advice and never required initiation of tamsulosin, meaning they never had deterioration of their symptoms all throughout the 2-year study. So that's a significant number. 40% and then moderate symptoms at the end of the day, all just received lifestyle advice and they all improved all throughout the 2 years. So this prompted a post-hoc analysis of the conduct data to determine is there a baseline characteristics of our patients, BPH patients, that can tell us who will benefit from active medical treatment and who will benefit from just lifestyle advice alone. So that's a very, I think that's a very important information to know, especially, with the cost of, therapy, especially for our patients. So the post-hoc analysis focused on looking at symptom improvement and health outcome changes, differentiating between, they now categorize the entire study into 3 groups: the fixed dose combination group, the group that only received lifestyle advice, never had to start medicines, and those who had eventually required initiation of alpha blockers. So they looked at the baseline characteristics of these 3 groups and found out that everything else was the same, except that in the watchful waiting only group, or the lifestyle advice only group, they tended to be younger and they had lower bother symptoms or bother scores at the start of the study. So they looked at now the results according to these 3 subgroups. This is the result looking at the effect of age on the IPSS improvement across the 3 groups. The blue lines here are those who are the scores of the patients who received eventually required consultation initiation. The green bars, the green lines, those who were kept on lifestyle advice alone. The red lines are those who received fixed dose combination. As you can see, they broke them up. The solid lines are the older patients, the broken lines are the younger patients, cut-off is at 65. So you can see age doesn't really matter in patients who receive watchful waiting only or those who require consultation. But for the younger patients, if you give them the fixed dose combination, they have the greatest improvement in their IPSS scores. So it may benefit the younger patients more. But more importantly, they looked at the bother scores. So they classified the patients, those with mild bother scores, moderate bother scores, and high bother scores, and looked at their responses with their respective treatments. So as you can see here, the fixed dose combination and the lifestyle advice only had the same decline in their symptom scores, so the same improvements compared to the consultation group, whether they are mildly bothered or moderately bothered. But for the highly bothered, the greatest decline in their symptom score, so in other words, the greatest improvement in the IPSS was seen in those who received the fixed dose combination. And therefore, again, going back to your guidelines, it is the conduct study that actually gave the best evidence showing that lifestyle advice must be given to all your BPH patients because it will really give significant symptom improvement to them. Okay? And this is especially recommended for patients who are who have mild to moderate symptoms and are not bothered by their symptoms. So for these groups of patients, they will already benefit from just lifestyle advice. On the other hand, men who are highly bothered by their symptoms, okay, appear to benefit from the fixed dose from finasteride with doxorubicin combination treatment. That's based on the conduct study. Last, in the algorithm, so we go back to the BPH, the EAU guidelines. No? In the treatment algorithm, the bother score, or the degree of bother is one of the main decision points for the optimization or individualization of your treatment approach for your BPH patients. Okay? So the 3 main concepts that encompasses the individualized medical treatment in BPH with patients with BPH reflux are IPSS, so you have to classify them, the degree of their symptom severity, the risk of progression, so I hope you have it's burned in your minds already who are patients who are at risk of progression, and those with depending on their Butler score. Now the guidelines also recommend, you see here, okay, long-term treatment for combination therapy. So why do we need to keep them on treatment? And also it's important now to keep your patients under treatment. So adherence to treatment becomes critical. Unfortunately, I don't know about the Philippines, but I guess it will also be the same. But in an Italian study, less than 1/3 of patients actually continued their treatment for 1 year. So 30% na lang ang uminom ng gamot. Okay. And this is really unfortunate because those who do not keep to their treatment actually lose that benefit from reduction in the risk for acute urinary infection and surgery. There was a retrospective analysis of another big database that showed, looking over a 6-year period, showing that for every 30 days that the patient is kept on treatment, okay, there's a significant decline in the risk of acute urinary infection and surgery. So really keeping them on treatment is the way to have them get the benefit of the treatment. So to improve adherence, one should address the factors that negatively affect persistence, such as misconceptions about the disease. So, a lot of our patients think that BPH treatment is like treatment of an infection. After naubos na yung reseta, okay na sila, pwede na, okay na, magaling na sila. So you have to educate them about this. And also you have to educate them about their fears of the side effects or the negative effects of treatment. Now, one thing that is good is that a study showed that patients with larger prostates, those with more severe symptoms, and those with higher PSAs actually tended to adhere to their treatment more. So I think we need to leverage on that. No? Talk to your patients, tell them if they are at risk of progression that they really need to keep to treatment, and there's a high likelihood that they will actually keep to treatment. And one of the more, but not really surprising, is that a good patient-doctor relationship, good communication lines also promotes adherence. So in summary, patapos na ako, busy na. Okay, so in summary, for men with moderate to severe symptoms who are at risk of clinical progression, and particularly those with significant bother, combination therapy is the recommended treatment of choice, medical approach of choice. And combination treatment is best used as first line in these groups of patients to maximize benefit. But of course, you must be aware of the adverse effects possible with combination therapy, and that's why you need to counsel your patients properly. But also know that the risk is small, less than 10%, and that the risk of the side effects decreases with time. And finally, combination therapy is best when it's used long-term and there to maximize again the benefits, and therefore you have to exert effort to promote treatment adherence among your patients. So that's all, and I will welcome your questions. I want to show this all to you. Remember, there are contraindications in combination therapy. Yeah, so any questions? Tapos na. Easy na. I'm sure you have questions. Ako na lang magtatanong sa exam. Okay, everything clear? When to use, when not to use, how to use, up to when to use, when to stop, when to start, all clear? Okay, thank you.